What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing on the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Friday. It is June 14th. We are back with a full day, all games, 2 slates. We're going to look at it. If you've never been here before, you're in for a treat. We do things a little bit differently. We go through every single game on the slate. We go through the pitchers and the bats that we like. We go through ballpark rankings. At the end of this video, we'll give you the top 20 bats after 10,000 simulations. We're doing simulations in the background as we speak. So stick around. It's going to be a little bit longer video, but it's going to be worthwhile. If you want a little condensed, shorter version, click the links in the description below. That will be today's article. That will coincide with this breakdown. And we'll go through a handful of pitchers that we like and then about 5 players at each position that we like, that we pull from our cheat sheet. So if you've never been here before, go check it out. Multiple ways to help the channel. Just clicking the links down below to go to our website to generate traffic there. That's a big one. Subscribing to this channel is a huge one. I know it's annoying, but clicking on the ads in these videos helps us out more than you understand. Signing up for FTA Plus, tips or donations, all of that helps. If you have any questions, you can always email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, or in the description below, get in our Discord. A lot of discussions going around back and forth there. So, also new to the channel, we have 2 giveaways every single day. The ways to win. There's going to be a keyword somewhere in this video. I'm going to say the keyword, and all you got to do is type it as in the comments of this video, and you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. A free week consists of a week of MLB, NASCAR, PGA, MMA, NFL, and NBA once they are back. A second way to win: like the video and be a subscriber and leave a comment. If this video gets at least 50 likes and you've left a comment, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. If this video gets 100 likes, you have a chance at a free month. 150 likes, a chance at a $200 free year. And if this video gets 200 or more likes, you have a chance at a $500 lifetime pass. We're also giving away, if we can get to 10,000 YouTube subscribers before July 4th, we are going to give away one $500 lifetime pass. And the same thing over on Twitter, @advisors_team. If you guys follow us over there, we're trying to get to 10,000 over there as well. Once we hit that 10,000 mark, we're going to have another $500 lifetime pass. So, being a winner on these videos, you can win every single day. You could technically win twice every single day. So what we're going to do is we're going to run yesterday's. So we're going to run yesterday's video through the algorithm, or through the YouTube comment picker. We're going to do the first one here for just getting 85 likes. So we got at least 50 likes. Someone is going to win a free week. Then we're going to re-roll it for everybody that used the keyword, which yesterday was Bills. We're going to re-roll it there, and we are going to see who the winner is. So this is the winner just because you left a comment. We got at least 50 likes. Aaron Rasmus, 3160. Congratulations. The more you come back, the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. Aaron won, I believe, last week. Even though he had the word Bills here, we are still going to re-roll it because this was just for everybody that left a comment. So congratulations, Aaron. And then we're re-rolling it here, and we will re-roll it until we see the word Bills. Nathan Sullivan, 2031. Congratulations. So both of you, email me, and we will get you set up for your free week of FTA Plus. Congratulations, both of you. Now, a lot to go over, and I mentioned yesterday that loved Garrett Crochet. Absolutely dominated, 13 strikeouts against the Mariners, dominated for us yesterday. As mentioned, didn't really like the early slate as much. It wasn't the best early slate. The main slate wasn't like huge, but we got home runs where we needed. We got Michael Lorenzen coming through against the Dodgers. We've seen the Dodgers losing these games, series and stuff like that. We saw the Royals walk off the Yankees in the bottom of the 9th after leading the entire game until the 8th inning. We saw a lot go down yesterday. It's a weekend. A lot of you watch these videos on the weekend. I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing. The love and support through since just last MLB season has been amazing. And I I can't thank you enough. If you want to check the website out, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, we have MMA coming up tomorrow. We have NASCAR this weekend. We have MLB this weekend. We've got it all. So questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. And we are going to break down the early slate real quick. And then after the early slate, I have a surprise that I did tease yesterday. So stick around after the surprise or after the early slate, which is only 2 games. We've got a very early game, the Cardinals at the Cubs. We can't play this game. Or you can if you're playing an all-day slate, or you can if you're playing a showdown, but it's not on an early slate, and it's not on the main slate. So we're not really going to cover it. If you want to see, basically, I would probably stack both teams. But if you're playing showdown, you got to get a pitcher in there. I guess I would go with Jordan Wicks, but again, the Cardinals, they do hit lefties well. So I'm not going to be playing this game. I'm going to be moving to the next one. So we do have 2 games on this early slate. We've got the Yankees at the Red Sox. We got Luis Gil versus Brian Bayo. Bayo's been up and down this year. Very inconsistent. The Yankees have been one of the hottest hitting teams. They're going into Fenway for the first time this year. Luis Gil is on the bump. He is second in Cy Young votes right now behind Tariq Skubal. He's been absolutely dominant. He's dominated great teams, and he's dominated bad teams. The Red Sox, they're not great. I wouldn't say they're bad. They're just not a good team. I would obviously give the advantage to Luis Gil. I would give the bats for the Yankees. The problem is these 2 early games both have rain concerns, which stinks. They both have weather concerns, so be cautious with that. Again, it's very early. It can change throughout the day, which is completely fine. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So I would look at Luis Gil, and I would look at the Yankees bats here. Now, again, if you're new to the channel, I could be wrong. I'm not always right. And I will admit, I'll be the first one to admit when I'm wrong about some of these picks. These are just my thoughts, and these are the way I will attack these slates. So there are different ways to go about it. But if you have questions, get in the Discord, because if you don't trust me, we've got other people back and forth with home run bets, props, stacks, plays that they like. Back and forth. It's all over, guys. Then the second game is the Marlins at the Nationals. You got to be announced versus Mackenzie Gore. Now, it believes it's going to be Max Meyer, who has been mentioned that he's going to be called up. He only got a little bit of taste at the beginning of the season. Did pretty well at the beginning of the season, then they sent him down. He's got 2 wins. He's given up 4 earned runs total with 14 strikeouts. He's got great stuff. He has a good matchup here against Washington. The problem is the weather might be a concern. I don't love this early slate, this turbo slate here with the rain concerns. I probably won't be playing it at all. I'll probably just be watching it. Bats in this, I probably am looking at some Miami bats. Depending on who it is. Seeing what we get, maybe a little bit of Jazz, maybe Brian De La Cruz, Jake Berger, Josh Bell. That's probably it. If you think if it is gonna be Mayer and he is gonna come up and gets lit up, Lane Thomas can't even look at the umpire without getting ejected yesterday. I would look at him. I would look at C.J. Abrams. I would look at Joey Meneses. I would look a little bit at Trey Lipscomb, possibly. Or Keibert Ruiz, who usually hits lefties well. Don't know if it's going to be Mayer. We are waiting on news. We do have a bunch of weather concern today. That is definitely something to monitor. And that's the quick, early 2-game slate broken down. That might be less than that if the weather is a factor. So, I did mention yesterday, and this is to all of you guys. We're feeling generous. And by we, I mean me, because it's only me here. We have 2 discount codes for you guys if you want them. So FantasyTeamAdvisors.com obviously is the website. We've got a ton of information. These passes give every sport that is current. So MLB has all of that underneath. NASCAR, we have some of that. NBA is done for the year. NFL is fastly approaching. We're very excited for NFL. if you guys are interested, I've been thinking about either doing a season-long Yahoo Fantasy Football League, bringing it back. I think the last time we had it was 2021. If you guys are interested in that, I know a lot of new people are here since then. I'm either thinking that or a DraftKings League where you make lineups every single week, and there's a prize pool every single week. So if that's interesting to you, let me know. But I wanted to say, FTA Plus is on the website, which you can see right here once it loads. $10 for a week. It's $30 a month, $199 for a year, or $500 for a lifetime pass. Now, these are first come, first serve. These codes, not very many codes. But we have used the code BIRTHDAY, or discount code BIRTHDAY. One word, all capital letters, birthday, on the yearly pass. Instead of $199, get it for $99. Get $100 off. These are first come, first serve. We have 10 coupon codes on that. If you don't want to go that big, you want to go with the monthly pass. If you use the code YouTube, all one word, all capital letters, YouTube on the monthly pass, instead of $29.99, you'll get it for $19.99. Go check it out. We have first come, first serve on these codes. Very limited number of codes for both of these. So depending on if you watch this video early, you might have a chance at this code. So as long as you go on the website and you type in the code and it works, that means the code is still active. So anyone who's been interested, wondering, wanted to check out the website, go check it out. $20 for a month instead of $30, or $99, the best value. Get $100 off a yearly pass. So that being said, we are in the main slate. So we do have some weather concerns again here. Philly, Baltimore, San Diego, New York, basically the East Coast. Pittsburgh, except Colorado. Pittsburgh, Colorado has some weather as well. But we are going to dig in and go through it all. So we got the Phillies at the Orioles. You got Ranger Suarez, who's been amazing this year against the Orioles. Kyle Bradish. Now, the Orioles can hit very well. We know this. They're one of the best teams in the league, but the Phillies are also one of the best teams in the league. So you look at Ranger Suarez, 9,900. There are a ton of studs going today for pitching. So it is a fantastic pitching slate, which means this weekend could be a lower slate without the best pitching. That's my only problem. Seeing all of these studs pitching today means we could be set up, and I haven't looked yet, but means we could be set up for a bad weekend pitching wise. Suarez has a 1.81 ERA. He's got a 10-1 record, 85 strikeouts. He has not faced Baltimore this year. I do like him. We do know that Baltimore can hit, but I do like him here. And then you got Kyle Bradish at 9,100, 2.62 ERA, 2-0 record, 49 strikeouts. Has not faced Philly this year. Pitches at home. The problem with him, 3 games at home, a 6.35 ERA. I'm probably on Suarez, and I'm probably on the Philly bats over Baltimore and Kyle Bradish. So I would be looking at June Kyle Schwarber is Babe Ruth. Bryce Harper is another one I'd look at. Alec Boehm got the day off yesterday. I don't know if it was just a regular day off. I don't know if he's hurt. This is something to monitor. It doesn't look like he's hurt. He should be back in there. You go cheaper with a David Dahl. I think that will be owned today. I do like Bryson Stott as well. So those would be the ones I'd look at. In my mind, I'm going Philly and I'm going Ranger Suarez. I'm going to fade Baltimore, which might be a mistake. It's up to you. And I'm going to fade Kyle Bradish in this one. Then we got the Guardians at the Blue Jays. You got Logan Allen versus Kevin Gausman. Now, on paper, the Toronto Blue Jays should absolutely demolish Logan Allen. Logan Allen's a lefty. They have great righty hitters. It's just not been the case this year so far. But Gausman's also up there. He's got a 4 ERA, 69 strikeouts. His strikeouts are there. His ERA is it's up there. He's had some rough games and he's had some great games. Obviously, faced Oakland his last start, 10 strikeouts. That's Oakland. We used him in that one because you want to take pitchers. Mainly you want to take pitchers against Seattle because they strike out a ton, the White Sox because they are bad, and Oakland because they are bad. And we followed that. For every 45.7, he had a 4.1 against Baltimore. 6 earned runs there. An 18.5, 32.5, 14.1. Tournaments, I'll have Gausman. But the Guardians are a very good hitting team. They hit very well this year. They do, and it's. I would not be surprised if he has a great game. I also would not be surprised if he gets lit up by this Guardians team. Then we come in and we have Logan Allen all the way down here at 6,500, but he has a 5.57 ERA, 54 strikeouts, splits. Pitching on the road, he is better, but it is almost a 5 ERA. That's the problem, and 8 starts. And he really hasn't had huge games. You could go Logan Allen for tournaments because maybe you think Toronto doesn't do well, but I'm probably looking at this is what I'm scared of. I will have both of these pitchers as tournament pitchers. I will not trust them in cash. Guardians bats that I would love, Naylor and Jose Ramirez, both of them, you got to get those in your lineups. And then just depending, it could be Jimenez, it could be Steven Kwan. You get these lefties in here. You could look at Brian Rochillo a little bit. You could look at Daniel Schneemann. Just depends. Very contrarian GPP. If you think Logan Allen's going to get lit up and you're looking at Toronto bats, Vladdy's got to be at the top there. Davis Schneider's another one. Danny Jansen normally against lefties is what we like to look at. IKF would be a cheap option if you're looking for to round out a Blue Jay stack there. So both of these pitchers tournament only. I'm leaning more towards Guardian bats a little bit. It just depends on which Logan Allen's going to show up. We saw some great games out of Logan Allen last year, and then we've seen him get lit up. It seems like we've seen him get lit up more than he's not gotten lit up. So, but Toronto's offense has been very lackluster overall this season. So that's my thought in this game. Tournaments, I'm fading Logan Allen and going Kevin Gausman, but the Guardians are a very good hitting team. Padres at the Mets, we do have weather concerns here. You got Matt Waldron versus Sean Manaea. Waldron, he's got a great, does have a great knuckleball, 3.76 ERA, coming off a good game against Arizona, good game against the Angels, great game against Miami. Now it's in a pitcher's park, but the weather is a concern. I'll have some Matt Waldron here. A little bit, if you want to save some money at 8,100, I will have some Matt Waldron down here. And then Sean Manaea. I don't know what Sean Manaea we are going to get. That's the problem. He's 6,200. He has a 4.30 ERA. Home games, 5.40 ERA in a pitcher's ballpark. Minus 2.6 against the Phillies, 18 against Arizona, 15.7 against San Francisco. He has not faced San Diego this year. I'm personally looking at Matt Waldron and probably looking at San Diego bats. So the bats that I would look at, Tatis, Machado. You could look at Higashioka back in New York. Obviously not with the Mets. He was with the Yankees, but he loves this city. He hits lefties well when he gets the chance. You got Jerickson and Profar. Ha-Seong Kim, Donovan Solano would be a cheap option if you want to go all these righty bats against the lefty. Or you could look at Luis Arraez or Jackson Merrill as well. So there are a ton of different options to go with. I'm probably siding with Waldron and the Padres bats over Manaea and the Mets. Then you got the Rays at the Braves. You got Zach Littell versus Chris Sale. Sale, the 52 plate appearances in his career, 304 batting average against him. I would still look at him a little bit. He is expensive. He's 10,500. He has a good game against Washington. He did give up 2 earned runs, but ended up with 10 strikeouts in that game. Then we all used him against Oakland, and he got lit up. -5 there. But then other than that, he's been fantastic. Has not faced Tampa Bay this year. Pitching at home, he's got a better ERA at 2.91 compared to 3.16 on the road. So I do like Chris Sale. He is expensive. Tampa Bay bats have not been good overall. Then you got Zach Littell coming in. Where's he at? He's in here at 8,000. 2-4 record, 3.63 ERA. Has not faced Atlanta this year. Pitching on the road, he's got a 3.76. Has been worse on the road. I'm probably giving the advantage to Chris Sale and the Braves bats. Marcell Ozuna, Matt Olson. I would look at Michael Harris. I would look at Jared Kelenic for cheaper options. Another cheap option would be Orlando Arcia. I don't mind him either. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Overall, I'm looking at Chris Sale and the Braves bats over Tampa Bay and Zach Littell. Then you got the Tigers at the Astros. On paper, the Astros should be hitting lefties very well, but Tariq Skubal is on the bump, and he has been one of the best. He's got 20. I think he has 24 first place votes for the Cy Young at the moment. He is expensive. His matchup isn't as good as Sales, but he's a little bit cheaper. And then we see 32.2 against Milwaukee. Milwaukee normally hits lefties well. Did not do it there. I will admit, I faded Tariq Skubal his last start, and I stacked the Brewers because I wanted to be over the field, and it did not work out for me. But I'm going to go back to the well. I'm going to go with Tariq Skubal here against Houston. Now, Houston, they should be able to hit lefties well. We know that they've struggled this year. So, but this feels like a game where Tariq Skubal being second highest price pitcher on the slate could get lit up today. So I could see definitely both ways. I think I'll have more Skubal for pitcher, but I will throw in a couple of Houston stacks: Jordan, Bregman, Altuve, Jake Myers, Chas McCormick, depending on who's in there, Jeremy Pena. I will find a way to get a little bit of Houston stack too. Again, you can't just play MLB DFS and only play like one or two lineups. It's not most likely 9 times out of 10. You will not win a ton of money that way. You got to differentiate yourself, get a few different lineups in there. So my thought in this one, I will have more Skubal than I will Astros stack, but I will have some Astros bats. Hunter Brown comes in. Not the best pitcher this year. Does have a 5.58 ERA splits-wise. Home games 4.66, so he has been better at home. He's had a few good games lately. But he has given up some runs here. So Detroit bats that I would look at if we're not going Brown: Winfield Perez. I would look at Mark Canha. I would look at Riley Green. I would look at Matt Vierling a little bit. Those are probably, maybe Jake Rogers, but those are probably the only bats that I would look at for Detroit. Then we got the Athletics at the Twins. You got Mitch Spence versus Simeon Woods Richardson. So Simeon Woods, 7,500, 284 ERA. Has not faced Oakland this year. I would like if it were in Oakland, but I will have some exposure to him because Oakland is a very bad team. So 7,500 seems like a steal at his price of 284. I will get some Wood Richardson in there. Then you got Mitch Spence, 3.68 ERA, splits-wise, away games 284. I'm probably looking at the Twins bats over. I'm not looking at Oakland bats at all, but I am looking a little bit of the Twins bats. I would look at Correa. I would look at Royce Lewis until he gets hurt. Same thing with Buxton. Kepler is another one I would look at. Willie Castro is another one. They did just recall Austin Martin. I don't know if he'll be in there, but he will be a cheap option. They did option down Alex Kirilloff to the minors, so he is gone. Another one would be Carlos Santana. So I love a twin stack. I guess you could look at Mitch Spence as a tournament option because I think a lot of people be on the Twins. Not many people be on him. The problem is he might not get run support to get those extra fantasy points to maybe put you over the edge. That is the only problem that I look at here. So I will have a little bit of Mitch Spence in tournaments. I would rather have Simeon Wood Richardson and the Twins bats though. Then you got the Reds at the Brewers. You got Hunter Green versus Freddie Peralta. Freddie Peralta being the fourth highest priced pitcher on the slate but his ERA is 3.95. Pitching at home 3.90 ERA. Had a bad game against Detroit. I'll admit I was all over him against Detroit. Did not work out. If you want to pay down, I do not mind Peralta today. So he's had some good games here. White Sox, Cubs, Miami. Has not faced Cincy this year, and it's at home. Give me a little bit of Peralta. Then you got Hunter Green down here at 8,300. 3.61 ERA, 4-2 record, 84 strikeouts. Good game against Cubs, not a good game against Cubs. Good game against Dodgers, both times. Arizona. Hunter Green, I don't mind him at 8,300. I'm probably, at the moment, we'll wait to see about the simulations. I don't really know if I'm going to look at any of the bats in this one. I'm probably just looking at pitching here. Again, throughout the day, if news comes out, maybe we'll jump into some bats. And maybe through the simulations, through talking to all of you guys here in Discord or here, maybe we'll change it and get some bats. But at the moment, I'm just looking at pitching. Pirates at the Rockies, to be announced for the Pirates versus Ryan Feltner. and they think it's going to be Luis Ortiz possibly. He last pitched on the 8th, went 4.1 innings, so it should be his start. I'm not taking a pitcher here in Colorado. I am taking bats. So I'll have more heavy stack of Pirates, but I'll see some of the Colorado. So the Pirates bats I would look at here would be O'Neill Cruz, Yasmani Grandal. I would look at Brian Reynolds, Brian Hayes. Go cheaper, you could look at Henry Davis or Jack Sawinski. Colorado bats, the only ones that I trust really are Ryan McMahon, Tovar, Brenton Doyle, maybe Jacob Stallings. Not a ton that I love here. So I will have some exposure to this game. Was he a lefty or right? He was a righty. No pitching. It would just be bats. More Pirates stack, but a little bit sprinkled in of Coors, of the Rockies here. Next game, White Sox at the Diamondbacks. You got Chris Flexen versus Ryan Nelson. Again, you want to be able to take a pitcher against this White Sox team. But Nelson down here, almost a 6 ERA, 6.75 ERA at home, 5 on the road. Has not been good. I'm probably looking at probably fading the pitching here and looking at the bats on both sides. Obviously, I'm going to give the bump to Arizona because they are obviously a way better team. But Luis Robert Jr. Had a home run yesterday, went back-to-back with Andrew Vaughn, I believe. Those two I would look at. You could look at Corey Julks. You could look at Oscar Colas if he's in there. Maybe Paul DeYoung. Those would be the ones I'd look at for the White Sox. And then Diamondbacks against Flexen. Corbin Carroll's starting to come around. Ketel Marte, Jock Peterson, all of these lefties I love. And then Christian Walker's been on fire. 2 home runs yesterday. Home run the day before. He's been absolutely on fire. Now he's at home still. I would look at that. That is definitely a stack I would look at. A couple of cheaper options if you want to stack Arizona but can't afford everybody. Jake McCarthy or Kevin Newman would be other ones if they start as well. Royals at the Dodgers. So Dodgers have really good hitters that should be able to hit lefties well. Cole Reagans has been pretty damn good this year. You're going to get him at 9,400, so a little bit expensive, especially his matchup. Splits-wise, on the road, he's got a 2.97 ERA, so he's been better. Coming off a great game against Seattle, we took him because Seattle likes to strike out. 9 Ks. 19.3 against them. Minnesota 15.9. 39.1 against the Tigers. Now, I don't know what's going on with the Dodgers. They have not been hitting well lately. They've been losing games that they should win. Cole Reagans comes in. He is a lefty. They should hit lefties well. I will have some exposure to Reagans and the Royals bats. Now, depending on what we get. If we think Reagans is going to get lit up because the Dodgers should be able to hit lefties well, obviously I'm looking at Mookie Betts. Teoscar Hernandez is a fantastic option against lefties all season long. Will Smith, kind of the same thing. Then you've got Shohei, obviously. You've got Freddie Freeman as well. Those are the bats I would look at for LA. I'll have some exposure just to fade Reagans, but I will have Reagans. I love Reagans this year. Gavin Stone, I do not trust at all. He comes in. He's never faced them before in his career, but he comes in here and he home games a 3 ERA, so he's been worse at home. Going about 5 innings, the Yankees had 18.8. They ended up winning that game 11-3. That was Saturday, so he got the W, but the offense put up a ton of runs. He's got 3 straight wins. So you could throw Gavin Stone for tournaments. But Kansas City bats, if we don't trust him, Bobby Witt Jr., Perez, Pasquantino, Garcia, MJ Melendez, Nelson Velasquez, these would be the ones I'd look at. So I will have exposure to both sides. Gavin Stone, I think both pitchers are just tournament, though. I don't think I trust them in cash at all. Then we got the Rangers at the Mariners. You got Andrew Heaney versus Castillo. Now, Castillo got pushed back a day. He was supposed to start yesterday, and then he did not start yesterday, obviously. And we know that the Mariners, they do strike out a ton. Andrew Heaney scares me, though. I don't know if I trust him. 7,000 here. game log wise, 13.2, did not do well against San Francisco, did well against Miami with 7 strikeouts. I will have a little bit of Andrew Heaney just because of how bad the Mariners are. They do strike out, but again, they do hit lefties well too. So very contrarian, tournament only Heaney. I'm not trusting him in cash. And then Castillo, splits wise, he's faced Texas once this year already. Got the W, went 6 innings there, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks. I will have exposure to him as well. Honestly, not really looking at bats at the moment. Maybe after simulations I will, but I'm looking at pitching here, not the bats. Then the Angels at the Giants. It is a pitcher's park, and Tyler Anderson has actually been pretty good this year. 7,700, 263 ERA. Splits-wise on the road, 227, and it's a massive pitcher's park. Not the best game against Houston, but a middle-of-the-tier, a couple of starts. It's been a minute since he's had a good game. That was at Houston, at Texas. So tournaments, I will have Tyler Anderson. I do not trust him in cash, especially at his price. And then San Francisco, we're kind of waiting to see if it's going to be Spencer Howard. He last pitched Saturday, so it would make sense, but he's not going deep into games, and I'm not using him. And if it is him, I am looking at a little bit of an Angel stack, but see if Taylor Ward is in there. Logan O'Hoppe, both have been beat up lately. Joe Adell, Willie Calhoun, Luis Rengifo, or Nolan Schanuel. I don't mind them either. We're still waiting on who's actually going to be pitching for San Francisco, but I do not trust Tyler Anderson in cash. I only trust him in tournaments. And there you have it. There's the entire breakdown of the entire day. All of the games, all of the batters, all of the pitchers. That's what we've got. Now we are going to look at the simulations. So these are 10,000 simulations. So these will be updated a couple of hours before first pitch of the main slate. So we'll see if it's shifted during the day and if weather is a concern. So we're going to look at the top 20, and then after that, we're going to give you every single batter that has a 10 out of 10 matchup rating for the day. If you want to check all of that out, go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. That's yesterday's cheat sheet. This is just part of what you can see. These are cash games, cash plays. These are tournament plays. These are stacks and who we liked in stacks. Obviously, the Yankee stack really didn't come through yesterday. Just a lot of things that we could look at there. So that's just one part of FTA Plus. So check that out. But we are going to go over the top 10 or top 20 right now. So barring weather concerns, it loves the Yankees out of the top 10. Aaron Judge, number 1. Number 2, Juan Soto. 3, Davis Schneider. 4, Anthony Volpe. 5, Gleyber Torres. 6, Anthony Rizzo. 7, Jose Ramirez. 8, Shohei Ohtani. 9, Bobby Witt Jr. 10, Alex Verdugo. 11, Adolis Garcia. 12, Luis Robert. 13, Ketel Marte. 14, Mookie Betts. 15, Jarren Duran. 16, Rafael Devers. 17, Matt Olson. 18, Tyler O'Neill. 19, Julio Rodriguez. And number 20, as of now, Dylan Moore against Andrew Heaney. Now, those are the top 20. Now, let's look at all of the bats with a 10 out of 10 rating at the moment. Again, it's very Yankees heavy right now. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Davis Schneider is 3. 4 is Gleyber Torres. 5, Rizzo. 6, Jose Ramirez. 7, Adolis Garcia. 8, Luis Robert. 9, Christopher Morel. 10, Ha-Seong Kim. 11, Paul DeJong. 12, Alejandro Kirk. And 13, Ernie Clement against Logan Allen. So, love a Yankee stack today. It's kind of like in a Toronto stack as well. And it's also kind of like in a White Sox stack, to be very contrarian today, which I haven't said that much, but could look at a White Sox stack as well. So that's what we've got in this video. If you liked it, let us know down below. Email us, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Discord. Check all of that out. If you need a little bit more, check out every link in the description below. And come back tomorrow because our Saturday videos usually do the best out of all of the week's videos, and I love making videos for you guys. So if you got questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Let's have a fantastic Friday, whether or not it's, you know what? I forgot the keyword, didn't I? I did forget the keyword. The keyword is iguana. iguana is the keyword. I apologize if I forgot the keyword. My bad. But like I was saying, I love making these videos. I love helping you guys out. I love seeing everybody win. We had 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago we had someone sports betting won. I think over 1,000. I think like 1,200, 1,300. Went Tuesday or Wednesday. We've had, obviously, about a couple of months ago, we had one of the subscribers win 20,000 using our advice, which was awesome. They came back and tipped us, which is not necessary, but it obviously helps me out. It helps my family out. It helps me motivation to continue to make these videos for you because, again, I'm the only one on the website. This video is 35 minutes long. Every day, it's like a 30-plus minute video. We dig into everything. So if you guys like these videos, just if you can't donate or tip us or sign up for FTA Plus, liking the videos, sharing the videos, clicking on the ads, all of that helps the channel out. So that's what I've got today. Good luck on this slate. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.